Hey code freaks, welcome back. So here we are going to do some basic button design. So you can see that there are 4 buttons here. Okay, let's see. So you can hover over it, see it kind of goes down a little bit, and then when you click on it, you can see that it goes down a little more, right? So that's how this button works. Let me show it to you again. So you hover over it, some part of it goes down, and then you click on it, it goes down completely. So these are also similar in different directions. Okay. So that's what I wanted to do here, but this is my favorite because it really goes down. Okay, so we'll try to do all of them today. Here button.css and button.html files. So and I have opened up the button.html here. So let's go ahead and try to do this. So first we have one kind of a heading or something like that, and then we have 4 buttons. So let's do that in the HTML. So let me get the boilerplate and let me give it a title, button design, and let's link our CSS file to it. So I've given btn.css, so that is the name of the file. So we have linked it, I guess. So let's go to the body and given a div tag here. The first div tag is going to have basic buttons or basic button design for code freaks. So I'm going to put in all the 4 buttons here. So let me just do that simultaneously, and then let me put in the button tag. So yeah, like that, and then we'll have in the class here. So we're going to have 2 classes. One is the btn class for all the buttons, and one is the btn 1 2 3 4. So I'm going to do it separately for all of them. So this is going to be the button number 1, this is going to be button number 2, and this is going to be button number 3, and this is going to be button number 4. So similarly, let's put in I am button number 1 2 3 4 for all of them. Yeah, so I am button 1 2 3 4. So let me just do that here. Yeah, this looks good. So let's actually get this aligned properly like that, and let's go to the CSS file now and start coding. So first I'm going to select the body tag and do some things with respect to that. So let's give it a background color. So the background color which I've given is #DDD, and we'll give in some color here, black, size 30 pixels. So that's what I've done there. Then we have given even some letter spacing. So we have given a letter spacing of 1 pixel, and we have also put a padding here of 30 pixels. So this is what we have done there. So let me actually go there and look at how it looks as of now. So you can see that the body color changed, and you have 4 buttons: button 1, button 2, button 3, and button 4. All right, so now let's go ahead and design these buttons. All right, before we design the buttons, I want to actually design this div. Okay, I want to make it centered. Okay, so that's the idea. So that's a div, right? So let's get the div here, and then just do text align center. So that is the thing which we use here. So now let's go ahead and make our buttons ready. So let's select the button class which we have for this buttons. So it's there here, right? So that is a button class. So let me put a dot here. So first we are going to get rid of the outline. So we'll put outline none. Then the most important part is that we have to remove the border also. So let's remove the border, and we'll make that also none. So let us see how our buttons look as of now. You can see that. Good. Now let's go and make, so when we go here, actually the pointer doesn't change. So let's change the cursor to pointer. So that should be good. So it should give us some effect basically when we do that way. So you can see that the cursor changed to pointer. And then there's one more important thing, which is the most important actually. So you have to make the position relative. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So why do we make the position relative? So when we make this button move up and down, so that actually helps us out, right? That is why we need to make the position relative. So let me go back there. So that will help us out. Yes. And then let's also get in some background color and all. So I'm just going to do those things very fast here, and I'll show you after that. Okay, it looks like this. That's good. So when we made display block, actually it came one below the other. So now let's do so give it some padding so that the buttons become kind of big. The padding which I've chosen is 25 pixels and 80 pixels. Okay. So the top and down are going to be the 25 pixels and 80 is going to be the left and right basically. So you can see that once I save it. Yeah, wow, that looks good. So let's add in some margin so that you can actually separate out these buttons. So I'm going to give 0 or not 0, 20 and auto. So auto will actually align it to the center. So that's what I expect it to happen. So okay, 20px. So you got that. That looks fine as of now. So now let's give it a border radius so that you get a curved edges. So let me actually give in 20px. We'll check it out. If it looks good, that's good. Otherwise, you can actually reduce it. It's your wish. That looks good to me. So that's, I think, good enough for the button. So now let's go ahead and select the button 1. So these are the most important parts. Such. So button 1. So here we're going to use the box shadow property where we're going to have 0 for the x-axis, 6 pixels for the y-axis, and we're going to use this color called hash D87575. As of now, you can see some kind of a box shadow for the first button. That looks fine, I guess. See this? Yeah, it kind of looks good. So now let me go ahead and use the hover effect. So let's do dot btn1 and let's again do, so the box shadow is going to change basically. So we'll set the box shadow to 0, 4 pixels, and hash we'll use the same color again. Okay, D87575. So let's see what happens as of now. Okay, I have to do hover here, right? So yeah, let's do that. So if you see, I just go over that. You see that the down thing is actually coming up, but we want the button to go down, not the shadow to come up. So for that, we can just use the top property which we have, and you can just make it go down by 2 pixels. So basically 4 plus 2 becomes 6, right? So that's the idea here. So you can see that it went down a bit. That looks good. Now when we click on it, we want it to actually go down fully. So for that, we use the property active. So let me show you how you can actually do that. So we use :active and we use the same box shadow and top. So I'm just going to copy it again. Okay, so just put the box here. Okay, and here you're going to make the shadow go to 0, right? And you're going to make the top 6 so that it goes down 6 pixels. So that's the idea here. So yeah, that looks good. So yeah, amazing. So you have done one of the buttons. So in the similar manner, we can do all the other buttons. So I'm just going to copy this and do it for the other buttons also. Let me paste it out here. So first I'll do for button 4 because that is going to become a little bit easy. So let me do button 4, 4 and 4. So you have to just change all of them to minus basically. So that will actually get everything. I mean, that should work out for us, right? So here instead of using 0, 0, 0, you can just make it none also. That's also fine. So that's up to you, personal choice. So now you can see that this will also work, right? So now let's go ahead and do button 2 and button 3. So let me again just copy the code and paste it here, and then let's change this to 3 and 3 and 3. So here I'm going to change the x to y and y to x. So that's the idea that we have. So I'm going to put 6 0 4 0 and remove this, and this anyway doesn't matter. So yeah, and you have to make the top to left. Okay, and similarly you have to make this top also to left. So these are the properties that you have to use for getting the effect which you require. So you can see that your button 3 is actually going to the right. But here we had made button 2 go to the right. So that doesn't matter, I guess. So I'm going to just copy this and paste it again, and I'm going to do this for button 2. So let's do that. Button 2, button 2. So you can just change this sign again to get it on the left side. Okay. So that will actually help us out. So yeah, you have to do it here also, that way and that way. So now you'll be able to see that you can actually make this go on the left side. Yeah, our animation is ready. If you like the animations that I've made, don't forget to subscribe, like and comment on the video.